A life of service, faith, and unwavering devotion. Though gone from our sight, but his legacy still remains with us. Hello everyone, this is Sugama TV and I am Precious Chokowa. We are live at Ezago Umbabowa in Enugu State for the funeral rites of Apostle Great Emmanuel Obiorah Okwu. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere as I take you around the highlights of the event. Late Apostle Great Emmanuel Obiorah Okwu will be remembered as a man whose life was marked by faith, humility, compassion and unwavering service to God and humanity. Born into the family of late Mr. Chinwenta Okwu and Mama Goodness Okwu, Nibefe of Mboaboawa in Ezagu local government area of Enugu State. He rose from humble beginnings to becoming a respected entrepreneur, devoted family man, and spiritual leader. From his early years, Apostle Okwu was known for discipline, responsibility, and integrity qualities that shaped his journey in business, family life, and ministry. After establishing himself in the automobile spare part trade with Blessed Emmanuel Motor Parts at Nkwo Nnewi Market, he later answered the call into full-time ministry, dedicating his life to evangelism, counseling, healing, deliverance, and charitable works. As the General Overseer of God's Honored Vessel Assemblies Church, his ministry touched countless lives through spiritual guidance, acts of kindness, and a steadfast commitment to restoring hope to many. He was widely admired for his wisdom, generosity, and deep devotion to God. Values are reflected in his home and in the lives of those he mentored. Family members, friends, church leaders, associates, and well-wishers gathered in his hometown on May 7, 2026 to bid a final farewell to the late apostle, a devoted servant of God, respected entrepreneur, and loving family man whose life was defined by faith, humility, and unwavering service to humanity. The burial rites were preceded by a solemn wake-keep held the previous night, organized by the members of God's Honored Vessel Assembly Church. The atmosphere was filled with worship, prayers, and heartfelt tributes in honor of his spiritual father. Testimonies poured in from congregants and beneficiaries of his ministry, highlighting lives transformed through his teachings, charitable work, and deep commitment to God's service.
Darkness hides his lovely face, I rest on his unchanging grace. In every high and stormy gale, my holds within the veil.
The funeral service held at his residence on May 7th attracted a large congregation of mourners who came together to celebrate his remarkable legacy of evangelism, healing, counseling, deliverance, and compassion for humanity. Late Apostle Okwu was widely respected for his peaceful disposition, wisdom, generosity, and dedication to uplifting others spiritually and materially. During the service, the biography of the late apostle was read by his children, reflecting on his journey of faith, commitment to God's work, dedication to family, and years of service to humanity. The emotional tribute highlighted the values, achievements, and lasting impact of a man whose life touched many within and beyond the church community.
Of my late father, Apostle Great Emmanuel Obiorah Okwu. Early life. Apostle Great Emmanuel Obiorah Okwu was born to the family of late Mr. Chinwenta Okwu and Mama Goodness Okwu. Nebite of Obiorah Ezrabu local government, Enugu State. He was the second child and the first son. From childhood, he displayed humility, discipline, and a strong sense of responsibility, traits that shaped his life as a devoted family man, entrepreneur, and servant of God. Education. He began his education at St. Joseph Primary School, Ogun, and completed his primary school at St. Paul Central School. He later moved to Onitsha, where he apprenticed under Mr. Obiorah, guided by his uncle, Mr. Crescent Nebite Risco. After 6 years of training, he established Blessed Emmanuel Motor Parts at Nnewi Market, earning a reputation for integrity and diligence in the automobile spare parts trade.
Marriage. He was married to Pastor Mrs. Edith Okwu, fondly called Beke. Their union, solemnized on April 30th, 1994, was blessed with 6 children. He was a caring husband and dedicated father who upheld strong Christian values within his home. Spiritual journey. His spiritual journey began after an encounter with Christ during a ministration of Deeper Life Bible Church. He grew under the mentorship of Pastor Patrick Ekedum and received further training at Holy Ghost Army College of Missions and Word of Faith Bible Institute. He later answered the call into full-time ministry and became the general overseer of God's Honored Vessel Assembly Church. His ministry was marked by prayer, deliverance, healing, and restoration. He impacted many lives through evangelism, counseling, and charitable works, consistently demonstrating compassion and unwavering faith in God. He was known for his kindness, wisdom, and generosity. His life reflected deep devotion to God, commitment to family, and service to humanity. His legacy of faith, integrity, and love continues to inspire all who knew him. Though his passing brings sorrow, we are comforted by the impactful life he lived and the assurance that he rests with the Lord. His memory remains a blessing. Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints. May his soul rest in perfect peace.
Speaking during the ceremony, his children, Ejenia Chidebere E. Okwu, Mr. Jeremy O. Okwu, Mr. Israel N. Okwu, Miss Favor Udefi, Miss Success Okwu, and Miss Angel Praise Okwu described their father as a man of peace, a pillar of strength, and a helper to many. They noted that his life was wholly devoted to God and humanity, adding that his kindness, wisdom, and unwavering faith left an indelible mark on countless lives. The children also pledged to uphold his values and continue his legacy of love, compassion, and selfless service.
My dad is a cool man. He's somebody you can emulate. He has something to show in the society. I love his lifestyle and I cherish to live as he lived. By the grace of God and the wisdom from Most High, I can try my best, but God will oversee everything. May God bless each and every one of them and grant them journey mercy back to their respective places. May his soul rest in perfect peace.
From childhood till my adult stage, daddy was on that. I stayed in the house. I grew up in the house. I will always say whatever God has brought in my life today that is positive, he has a larger part, because I believe you hear words, but what you see is what you do. And most of the things I know I've been doing, which somehow by God's grace has been of help in my life, I picked it from him. When you talk of being responsible, talk of being disciplined, talk of humility, yeah. Pray that God would see them through home successfully and safely. Then whatever be their heart desire, that God will grant it for them.
He lived a good life, a life of humility, strength, and faith, and a righteous life, one that is worthy of emulation. Before his demise, he taught us so many stuff. He guided us, so I'll walk in his path. I work in this part. I'll miss him, but I'm not so scared. I work in this part. I'm glad they turned up despite the insecurities and all of that. I was not expecting the crowd, so I'm thankful. I'm thankful they came, and God bless them all. So may His perfect soul rest in perfect peace in Jesus' name.
He was a good man. He was a blessing to others, and he was a very humble man. Like there are so many things that I cannot even say, but I know that my dad was a very strong man. Like he did so many things. Like even when I was in secondary school, like no matter how hard student, like because where I was schooling was very far, my dad will still make out time and come for my visiting day, and you come very late, you buy so many things for me. Like he's a very good man, he's caring, he's strong, like he don't even get tired. Sometimes even when he enters the farm, he'll be like, "That is okay," you'll be like, "No." He's very strong, everybody know him, he does not get tired. I will just live a very simple life and be prayerful, because my dad is a prayerful person. So and be humble and be good to others. Yes.
Yes, my dad is very prayerful, humble, honest, caring, and loving. In fact, he's the best father, and how I intend to carry on his legacy, that I'll also be prayerful and be humble like him. I'll also be obedient and caring. And he was a pastor, and he was help to many people. So I also be as a help to many people.
Also speaking during the burial ceremony, Apostle Marvelous Ifobi and Reverend C.Y. Okafor expressed their heartfelt sympathies to the bereaved family while reflecting on the impactful life and ministry of the late apostle. They described him as a dedicated servant of God who lived a life of humility, sacrifice, and unwavering commitment to the gospel, while encouraging the family to remain strong and uphold the values and legacy he left behind.
Bible Church.
My advice is that they should be consoled.
I can Apostle
They should be
Dr.
comforted.
Marvelous Ifobi, all the way from Nnewi.
Because what happened has happened to other
Apostle Dr.
people.
Marvelous.
They should
I can Apostle Obi,
learn from what has happened to others
from IG
and build up from there.
NMS.
And again, they should not allow anything to come between them.
Something from
I mean, the immediate family.
Father delegates.
Their father
Mrs. Betty David
was a
and
man
her team
of peace,
of delegates from
a man of
we appreciate you
unity.
sincerely.
so they should
We really
remain
appreciate
united
Reverend Pastor
and do their best to
Chichijoke from RCI,
remain in peace
Awka. We
and,
acknowledge your solidarity
continue
to the
running
family
the race
of Okwu.
which
We
their
really
father
acknowledge
left a legacy for them.
CS
The life of brother Apostle Great Emmanuel is a very great one. He's a man of peace. He's a man of humility. He's a child of God to the core. He's a child of God to the core. His lifestyle worth emulation. I pray that God will raise a father like him who will take care of this house. You know, some families after the death of the breadwinner, there will be war. But I pray that there will be peace in this family. They will grow and become just like their father, or even better than their father.
Late Apostle Great Emmanuel Obiorah Okwu was survived by his wife, Pastor Mrs. Edith Obi Okwu, his children, Engineer Chidebere E. Okwu, Mr. Jeremy O. Okwu, Mr. Israel Okwu, Mrs. Favor Udefi, Miss Success Okwu, and Miss Angel Praise Okwu, alongside grandchildren, siblings, and extended family members who continue to cherish his memories and uphold the enduring values he embodied. Following the burial, condolences visits were received from members of the church, family, friends, and well-wishers who came to sympathize with the bereaved family and paid their final respects to the late apostle. The visit reflected the deep impact he made in the lives of many and the widespread love and admiration he enjoyed in his lifetime. Though his passing leaves a deep void, the outpouring of love, prayers, tributes, and condolences Visits during the wake-up and funeral activities stand as a powerful reflection of a life well lived, one defined by peace, generosity, unwavering faith, and lasting impact. His memory remains a blessing, and his legacy will continue to inspire generations to come.
When you think of online TV and radio, broadcasting, media consultancy, event coverage, event management and planning, there's no better name than Ogama TV. But that's not all. We're also into photo studio and coverage, equipment rental, news blogging, fashion and pageantry. We are at number 5/21 Chime Avenue, beside Open Sheraton Restaurant, New Haven, Enugu. Follow us on our social media handles: Facebook at Ogama TV, Instagram at Ogama TV1, Twitter at Ogama TV, website www.ogamatv.com. You can also send us email at ogamatv@gmail.com. Ogama TV, your one-stop media solution.